The soldier lifted the cover of the cage. Inside was a little girl with no eyes. She slowly raised her hands and congratulated him. He was about to become a father. But she also prophesied that he would die in tomorrow's battle, and his soon-to-be-born son would grow up alone and destitute. The soldier didn't believe a word of her nonsense, figuring she was just trying to trick him into deserting. The little girl then made another prophecy. If they rode cows into battle the next day, then he would know her words were true. Cows on a battlefield? The soldier found the idea so absurd that he dismissed it entirely. Looking at the wounded soldiers around him, the captain remarked that these men were the lucky ones. Those who could no longer fight would be sent home. Just then, the commander arrived with good news. He announced that no one would have to march to the front lines tomorrow, because horses had been delivered from the rear. He then told the soldiers to each pick out a saddle, because they were made of fine cowhide. The men called them cows. When Rumple heard this, a wave of terror washed over him. He remembered the prophet's words. He had never even met his newborn son. He didn't want to die like this. So he steeled himself and smashed his own leg with a hammer, just as he hoped he was sent home. But his wife told him that word of his self-mutilation to escape the war had spread throughout their village, bringing shame upon her and their newborn son. She would rather have him die honorably in battle than live as a coward. Then she abandoned the child and left. Rumple raised his son alone in humiliation until the boy turned 13. That year, the village was conscripting soldiers again. With the war growing desperate, the king had lowered the draft age to 14. Rumple had no choice but to flee with his son under cover of night. But along the way, they ran into a cavalry patrol. The lead soldier recognized Rumple immediately. Right in front of his son, he mocked Rumple for his cowardice and announced he would take the boy to serve in the army. Rumple begged him to spare his son, offering anything in exchange. But the soldier sneered that Rumple had no money, no power, nothing except his dignity, which could still be trampled. He told Rumple to kiss his filthy feet, unwashed for 3 months, and he would let them go. For his son's sake, Rumple swallowed his pride and did it. An old beggar who witnessed everything told Rumple that all his suffering stemmed from one thing. He was too weak. He explained that the Dark One was powerful because he possessed a magic dagger. Whoever held it would gain unimaginable power. Following the beggar's advice, Rumple set fire to the castle, then slipped inside and stole the dagger. From it, he summoned the Dark One, but the Dark One refused to obey him and instead hurled insults, calling him a coward and his son a bastard. These words cut deep into Rumple's soul. In a fit of rage, he plunged the dagger into the Dark One's chest. The darkness lifted, and standing before him was the old beggar. Rumple didn't understand why. Perhaps the beggar had been seeking release all along. The power of magic wasn't as wonderful as he had imagined. Every wish came with a price. When he pulled out the dagger, the name etched on the blade had changed to Rumpelstiltskin. At last, he had gained the power to protect his son.